raised to its highest point and a nationwide state of emergency has been imposed. Hospital officials now put the number of injured at 300. 80 are in a critical condition. The targets included bars, restaurants, a concert and a high-profile football match. The Islamic State has claimed responsibility for the attacks. It is the worst atrocity in Europe since the 2004 Madrid bombings.
Shock and horror as the body count continues to rise and scores of others remain injured.
Travaillez en France. Laissez-les ne pas dormir.
ISIS has now claimed responsibility for France's deadliest terror attack in recent times.
Il y a des cibles prêtes. Il y a même du poison. Si vous pouvez mettre même du poison et le faire boire à un ennemi d'Allah.
I wanted to be here to measure the scale of this tragedy. This abomination committed in a number of places across the capital by savages who had a desire to kill the largest number of people possible.
World condemnation of the terror attacks continues to pour in.
The
people in Paris are enduring a nightmare of violence, terror and fear. Above all, I would like to say one thing to them and to the French people as a whole. We, your German friends, feel so close to you. We are crying with you.
This is an attack not just on Paris, it's an attack not just on the people of France, but this is an attack on all of humanity and the universal values that we share. We stand prepared and ready to provide whatever assistance that the government and the people of France need to respond.
Nations are also scrambling for information on whether their citizens were among those killed in the attacks. Reports say several South Africans were in Paris at the time of the attacks, but the Department of International Relations says it's not been made aware of any South Africans who were victims of the wave of terror.
The South African government is keeping in contact with the embassy in Paris to ensure that we account for all South African citizens that were in Paris at the time of the attack.
The tragedy is also being felt across the seas.
I just think it's really disappointing to know that no matter where you are in the world, that you're never quite safe.
This is an attack not on Paris, it is an attack on the humanity and all the human beings.
While France remains on high alert, SAA says it's monitoring the situation.
South African Airways does not have a direct own metal service between Johannesburg and Paris. What may be an impact is in the event the French authorities decide to close the French airspace, in which case we will have to revise our flight path so that we fly out of the French airspace en route to the United Kingdom. That is the only form of impact that could happen should the French authorities decide to close the French airspace.
South Africans with relatives or friends in France have been urged to call this number for any queries. Criselda Lewis, SABC News.